Hey guys, Dark End of a Milkshake here. Welcome to a Pokemon review. We are reviewing Lucario and his Mega Form. We have the Lucario Master himself, the man, the myth, legend, who was in the top 500 for random battles on Showdown, on Pokemon Showdown. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. This is SPO Lucarios. How are you all guys and gals doing out there today? Hope you're doing good.
Well, we also have we also have another guy in the chat if he wants to speak, if he's still here. Is CC still here? Is CC gone?
I don't want to check.
CC's here, but is not, speaking. Well, there's another guy in the background, guys. Basically, same situation as, yesterday. But it's not as idiotic as what happened yesterday. I mean, Jesus Christ, James. What James said in our video. Anyway.
Thankfully, James is indisposed at the moment.
Yes. We are saved for a video. My two viewers will be happy. That's just going to be a long-running reference now, isn't it? God damn it. This is why you do not make things stick. Anyway, back to the video at hand before I get distracted again. Like I said, we're doing Lucaro. His type is Fighting Steel. Ability is Inner Focus, Justified and Steadfast. Tier UU. HP, Special Defense and Defense are all 70. Attacks 110. Special Attacks 115. And Speed is 90. Good overall stats. I like how it's got the infamous triple stat. If this was FIFA, and if we were playing FIFA Bingo and Lucario was a card, even though it won't be because obviously two completely different games, that would probably be a good checklist, be a good one to be off your checklist. Why can't I speak today? Would you like to add some info before I look at these Smogan suggesting stats?
Yes, I would. Lucario gets a lot of coverage. He's actually very versatile, which is one of the reasons that I use him. People say he's overrated, but I do tend to like him for a few situations. In my opinion, if you're looking for a straight-out special sweeper, my opinion for sets are you run Vacuum Wave, Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, and Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, or any other type of coverage move you want for, say, a Hidden Power. But I tend to stick to my usual set. If you do want a physical mon, there's always either a Choice Scarf, Choice Band, or Life Orb with Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Crunch, and another tech move. Usually I just tech in there something like, I can't really think at the moment because I'm kind of walking, but that's beside the point. But yeah, you can just tech that Force Slide in with either like a Bulk Up, Swords Dance, whatever you so prefer. But yeah, he's pretty versatile.
Well, I've just found a setup here which does involve Sword Dance. Smogan, I've just gone on his UU setup because obviously it's UU, and when it starts off on U, but it only shows the Mega Lucario, which by the way, it has a Star Wars themed name for it called The Force Awakens, which we'll get onto later. But this setup's called Sword Dance for Lucario. It has a Life Orb with the ability Justified. Can you see this working out at all?
It could work out. Technically, you could run a bit of a kinky double set, is you could run a Fake Out and have it under speed, so that way your Vacuum Wave hits first, you get Faked Out, then you get your +1 on speed, and then you can just set up whatever really you want and just go for the kills. But ultimately, I do prefer Justified over Steadfast, but that's also my personal preference.
Yeah.
But it could work out, but you have to have a priority move in there because while Lucario can pack a really big punch, it is extremely frail. If it gets hit by any super effective attack, it's pretty much done unless it's sashed.
Well, basically, it's nature. This one that they're suggesting is either Jolly or Adamant Nature, EV spread 252 attack and speed and 4 in special defense, because we might as well take advantage of that extra 4 that no one gives a damn about.
Yeah, I know, it makes it so overpowered. That extra 1 defense or that extra 1 SPDF point just seals the deal.
It can do, actually. It is a lot like if you're doing a same Pokemon like a Ditto v Ditto situation, or well, not Ditto v Ditto, because that would be the worst battle, because it'll be constant transforms. But yeah, so the moveset that this one suggests is Sword Dance, Close Combat, and you did say priority move. It gives you a choice of Extreme Speed and Bullet Punch. I personally go Bullet Punch on a Lucario, with it being gives it that type advantage, which always... Because doesn't it, if the Pokemon's type and moves the type of the Pokemon, doesn't the attack slightly increase due to it being its own type?
Yes, it does. It gets a stab bonus, which means the move gets 1.5 times power, so it would be somewhere near around, I'd say, 60 base power.
Okay, that makes more sense then. And then move 4, like you said, a coverage one is either Ice Punch, Bullet Punch. So basically you could have Extreme Speed and Bullet Punch and just be an overpowered pace attacker.
Yes, that is actually very viable. The reason I try to stay away from Extreme Speed and Bullet Punch is it makes you extremely walled out by Ghost types.
Yeah.
Ghost types just completely shut you down.
Yeah, consider it as close combat. It has Ice Punch, Bullet Punch, Earthquake, or Crunch. That's why you did mention Crunch before, which does give that coverage over the Ghost. With fighting types have no effect on Ghost, and Ghost is just like, you know what, I'm just going to punch it, it'll mean nothing. It'll just be a normal move. I mean, you know, we'll just mess up the typings there. We won't make it equal. We'll just give Ghost the advantage.
Yeah, honestly, unless you're running a Swords Dance Crunch set, Ghosts usually do have the advantage. Because they can either Will-O-Wisp you. Most of the time they're carrying coverage moves such as Flamethrower, Fire Punch, all sorts of different wacky shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, we best get onto the Mega before my phone decides to cut the video off again, and I'm not wasting more time since we spent 6 minutes. Ugh, Jesus, that was just embarrassing earlier. Yeah, we try to
Alright,
So Mega...
on to the main show now.
Oh yeah, we just gave you a starter. Now for Mega Lucaro, type Fighting Steel, so it doesn't get the changing type like Gyarados does, and probably other Megas like, you know, I'm not even going to go in the list because I can't remember. In reality, I just don't know. I actually don't know all the Megas. Ability is Adaptability, which I've never heard of. So you'll have to explain that.
What was that? Sorry, man, it was traffic.
Yeah, Adaptability. Do you know what that does?
Yes, every move that gets stabbed, instead of getting 1.5, it still gets the stab bonus, but it gives it another 1.5 on top of that, which is very beautiful for Mega Lucario, considering you can run him very many ways, but I'll let you get on with this point before I can get into the sets.
So sword... Well, I'm just going to say this right now. I just realised, a Sword Dance Close Combat with Jolly and like 252 in speed, that's overpowered.
Yeah.
Wow. I might have to try that out one day. Even though I'll never use Lucario in my life because I hate using fighting types because I just can't get along with them. Because I don't know how to. In general, I can't actually use fighting types. I just can't use them. Don't know why.
What's wrong with fighting types, man? That's the shiznit right there. Fighting types is the OG powerhouse.
Do not say that word on video, please. Be careful. My 2 viewers may be black, you know. Yeah. HP and special defense are still 70. Defense gets a boost up to 88 from 70. Speed gets boosted up from 90 to 112. Attack gets boosted to 145, so that gets a 35 boost, and then it's a 25 boost for special attack, which puts up to 140. So them stats are just looking a little more dangerous and a little more... I might want to back up. So would you like to get into... Oh, by the way, Tears Uber. Would you like to get onto your strategy and then compare it to Smogon's again?
Yes, I would. Really, for Mega Lucario, there's not too much versatility. I mean, he still gets the same moves, but considering all stat changes and tier changes, there's really 2 ways you can run him. They're both sweepers, but it depends if you need a physical or a special for your team. If you're looking for a special, you can go Nasty Plot, Aura Sphere, or not Aura Sphere, Nasty Plot, Flash Cannon, Vacuum Wave, and Dark Pulse. Or if you're looking for physical, you can go Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Close Combat, and I would personally tech in Ice Punch for those Landorises, because they still show up in Reverse all the time. But yeah, that's usually what I would run. It's not as versatile because of the tier changes, but it's still got its good strengths. It still packs a hell of a wallop.
Yeah, sorry, I was just making faces at the camera, just regretting life choices. Yeah, so this setup, compare it to V, shall I say. I don't know why I was sounding a bit weird then. Compare it to what you've just said to the Smogon. This is called The Force Awakens. Cue Star Wars music that I won't put in because I don't know how to edit that in yet. Right, there we are. You still there, Paul? You having fun out there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, my girl's just being a little bit attention wanting. Sorry.
Yeah. So the item, for some reason, for Mega Lucario, you have to use a Lucario. I mean, come on, who did not know that? I mean, why? Why would you? Ability, obviously, it will be justified and then into its adaptability. It doesn't matter what ability it has to start with, it will change the same one because, you know, they didn't want to give you a range. Nature Jolly. Oh, this is something I picked up on earlier, didn't I? Saying about the Jolly set with Sword Dance and Close Combat. This Force Awakens set is actually something similar to what I said to you. So, Nature's Jolly, EV's 252 attack and speed, 4 defense, you know, because Jolly's probably the best one to have for it. Sword Dance, Close Combat, Bullet Punch, and Iron Tail. Now, that's a bit of a twist.
See, that's a good set, but yeah, there's not that many ghost types in Ubers unless someone brings kind of a shenanigans team.
Oh, no.
But it's still not the best. It does get that really hard Iron Tail, but one, it's not 100% accuracy. It's actually got 75. It does have 100 power on that Iron Tail.
Plus, plus it'll have the adaptability on it, so when it hits, it will hit.
Yeah, but that's really what you got close combat for. I mean, Iron Tail doesn't really deal with anything that close combat already doesn't. Iron Tail's good against rock and ice, and actually I think that's about it. While close combat, it still gets that justified boost. It has more power, 100 accuracy. You may lose some special defense and defense, but Lucario's not meant to be bulky. He's meant to be that hard hitter that just gets in there, does work, and if he needs to, gets out.
So basically, in its flying version of it would be Staraptor, because that's basically what Staraptor does.
No, excuse me, folks.
Isn't that basically like, if you compare it to the Staraptor, the flying type of Generation 4, because that's pretty much a fast attacker with no point of trying to defend itself because it can't, unless if it gets lucky and somehow survives a blizzard, which I've done once before because it was one very weak Mamoswine that attacked me. Very bad moveset. I was really disappointed. I'm just showing them. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just showing them all the moves whilst we speak, so we can instead of me speaking through it, we can speak about more just random stuff of it, and they can just like pause whenever they need to.
Yeah. Funny thing about the pre-evolution of Lucario, Riolu, in Gen 5, you could literally make an infinite chain if you set up Stealth Rocks, because Stealth Rocks affects everything. It does do little bits of damage to Steel types, but if you had Prankster Riolu with Copycat, and you were in doubles and found a way to use Roar, you got Priority Roar, which means every single turn you could force out a Pokemon, and then either use Wide Guard, Protect, or take out the other Pokemon while they can continuously only attack with one, and you continuously get Priority Roars with Stealth Rock. It was broken. They actually patched it in Gen 6. But yeah, it was pretty broken back in the day.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the moves that Lucario can learn. You can learn Water Pulse. You can learn Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Round, Reversal, Retaliate.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going into earlier, is he's very versatile. I tend to stick to a certain set that I found is the best. But yeah, he can pretty much be, as far as an attacker, whatever you need him to be. He gets such a great move pool, and he's got decent enough stats to back it up, that no matter what, it's really worth it. Just, even if you're not that convinced at him, just looking at the stats, considering he's frail, and he doesn't pack the hardest punch, but he's definitely useful. I mean, there's been people that thought they could beat me. Oh, I've got a Landorus. What are you going to do when I Earthquake you? Well, when I got that Focus Sash and I hit you with that Ice Punch, you're going down one shot, even with that Intimidate drop.
I'm just looking at it. By the way, do you want to do a set and use Attract on a Lucario?
Wow, and in Attract Lucario, now that's different.
Yeah, it can actually learn Attract.
No one can learn it. I mean, I've never went up against anybody that's ran it. I mean, I've went up against tons of people in my lifetime, but yeah, I've never had the unfortunate experience of going up against a Attract Lucario. Now, that's something different right there.
That would be an interesting thing to try, but I don't think it'll work.
Now, as far as double battles for sets, Lucario gets even more versatile in double, because he can get Confide, he gets, sorry, excuse me, Double Team, he gets Heal Pulse, gets protect. I mean, on top of his already amazing move
Doesn't
pool,
have double
that
team.
heal pool
Doesn't have
just
double
makes
team.
it.
Wait, does
What's
it?
that?
No,
Oh,
no, it does. It does. I couldn't find it.
oh, okay, not bad. I must be thinking about a different mon.
No, it's
Let's go to
definitely it's on
different
double
status.
team. I just couldn't find it.
Oh, okay. So I was right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically that's what I was saying is in doubles he gets even more versatile because whenever you see a Lucario in doubles, that's not doubles Ubers. You never know what to expect. It could be a support, it could be a mix, it could be a sweeper, it could be an attacker, an attack supporter, a special attacker. It can be anything. So, word of advice: if you ever come up against a Lucario in doubles, you should probably be wary and try to remember what its moves are.
That won't be a good idea. So I'm just snacking on biscuits whilst you're speaking. So yeah, I think that's all. Apart from just looking at some of the moves and wondering why would a Lucario ever use it, like Blaze Kick. Can't really see. It makes sense, but it's like it wouldn't make sense at the same time.
I mean, it is unique that it gets it because you have to. Funny story. I actually had a Blaze Kick Lucario once. It was hell trying to get Blaze Kick onto a proper natured and decent IV Riolu. I mean, it can be useful, but really it doesn't do much where the other coverage moves have a lot more against it. The only thing it's really super useful for is if you're looking for a hard counter to Ferrothorn. If you're looking for a hard counter to Ferrothorn, but you still want a physical mon, Blaze Kick Lucario is the way to go.
Oh yeah. Here's a move that you should use just for the lols, even though it will never happen. Heal Pulse, Helping Hand, Attract, and Calm Mind. What about that for a bad set? Could you imagine someone you that would be like a CPU set, wouldn't it?
It would be. Funny story. Minus the attract, I actually came up against somebody like that in I think it was doubles UU, something like that. But I came up against somebody with that exact same set, except over attract they had it was either Vacuum Wave or Aura Sphere. I can't remember now. It was a while ago, but it was actually decently efficient because they had a what was it called? It was a huge power Grand Bull next to it, and they used Helping Hand and did that play rough. It hurt like. I had a super defensive. I think it was Gliscor. Yeah. It was Gliscor.
No.
And it did like it either did like got it in the red or it one shot it. I can't remember. And that was without a crit. It hurt them a lot. Like I was like, wow, that did that much to Gliscor? You got to be kidding me. That thing's like made to be physically bulky.
Yeah, and you know I'm a big fan of my Gliscor.
Oh, yeah, I can't stand Gliscor. I mean, yes, it's a good Pokemon, and that's why I can't stand it, because so many people bring it nowadays. No one ever shows any versatility anymore. Everybody sticks to the basic Smogon sets. It's really a shame, because I miss back in the day when people used to come up with crazy sets that actually work. Nowadays, everybody just sticks to the usual set.
I know I use a basic set for the for Gliscor. I use Knockoff, Protect, Toxic, and Earthquake for mine. So it's not really attacking, it's more the Toxic and Protect, and then not using a knockoff for the item, and then just Earthquake just to do a bit of damage throughout when I can't use Protect. And knockoff's useless.
Yeah, that's usually the set that I run into. Except occasionally, there have been a few people, I will give them credit. I don't want to mention their names because I don't know if I'm allowed